5 things that I think are absolutely worth your money.
5 things worth your money.
5 things I do not think are worth the money.
Here are 7 things that, in my opinion, are worth the money.
Here are things that are actually worth the money. And you should trust me because I'm a stranger on the internet. Hear ye, hear ye. A new video trend is in town. This week's newest trend is 5 things that are actually worth the money.
Trend Report with Rach.
Welcome to episode 3 of Trend Report with Rach, where I investigate the latest and weirdest internet trends so you don't have to. And today's episode comes with a healthy dose of de-influencing, so get ready because I'm about to spend the next 15 minutes telling people I disagree with them. So there's actually 2 parts to this trend, so make sure you stay till the end to get the full picture.
5 things that I think are actually worth the money. Number 1, Crocs Miami flip-flops. Once you've worn a pair of Crocs flip-flops, you will never wear another pair of flip-flops again in your life. Number 2, the Ninja coffee machine. That thing gets used and abused every single day. Number 3, Invisalign. As much as it pains me to wear them and I cannot wait for it to be over, they have literally transformed my teeth. Number 4, anything from Skims. You think you found a dupe? You have not found a dupe. There is nothing like Skims. Number 5, the 5-star hotel. Worth it every single time.
So let's break this down in extreme depth because I think it's so interesting to look at the power that just one sentence can hold. The word actually suggests that people know that there is so much content out there on social media that tells you what to buy, and we can all agree that most of it is kind of rubbish. So here are things that are actually worth the money. And you should trust me because I'm a stranger on the internet. Saying worth the money is interesting as well. A lot of the things that people show off on social media are expensive luxuries. Overpriced clothing brands, celebrity brands like Skims or Rose, expensive technology, beauty treatments. So the question of whether or not these things are actually worth the money is always a big deal, right? Especially if you're more of a conscious consumer. It's a surprisingly powerful sentence that's built around trust and reassurance, and that is why this trend is working.
Instead of 5 here's 10 things worth your money rapid fire edition, Canon PowerShot SX740HS, walking pad, Whole Foods eating, color science tinted SPF, Shark Flex style, Owala free sip, lash clusters, vibration plate, stainless steel gold hoops, Huda Beauty lip stain marker. Let me know if you want a part 2. I have so many.
Unrelated to today's video topic, but what is the deal with these under eye patches? I'm seeing so many people wearing them in videos and also out in public like they're some kind of accessory. The only thing that I will vouch for on this list is stainless steel earrings. I would always choose to spend more money on one good pair of earrings rather than buying a bunch of cheap ones for the same price. Cheap earrings, cheap jewelry, it doesn't last, it breaks, it tarnishes. I've learned from experience that using that money to buy one good quality pair of earrings or a bracelet or a necklace is better than spending that money on a bunch of jewelry that costs the same price. It's just lower quality.
Expensive things that are worth your money. A Canon PowerShot Digicam. Here are some pictures that I took that are proof. Permanent earrings that do not rust at all. I've been wearing these every single day for months. A Dyson Airwrap, the one with the many attachments that can not only blow dry your hair but also straighten your hair. Leaves my hair like the smoothest. Parasita's hair oil, because who needs to wear perfume when literally I walk past and people tell me I smell good and it's my hair, not even perfume. A flight to Japan because Chanel shades, Korean skincare, and flower nose mirrors.
Why do we have so many mirrors? Like what? Why? Genuinely, what use could you possibly have for multiple of the same mirror? They're not even mini mirrors. Like you can't even take them out in your bag with you. You only have 2 hands, like, to hold 2 mirrors at once. I don't know why you would even need to hold 2 mirrors at once, but why do you need like 15? Okay, whatever. I feel like we're seeing a lot of cameras on these lists. So let me de-influence you real quick. I have multiple cameras. My line of work has always involved cameras and filming and media. Way before I started YouTube, I have a Sony camera that I film my videos on. I have a vlogging camera that I literally just bought the other week. I also have a Canon digital camera. But without fail, the camera that I will always pull out first to take my pictures on is my phone camera. I feel like so many people buy these expensive Canon cameras for their Instagram photos because everyone on TikTok is like, if you want your Instagram beach photos to look like this, get a camera. Get a Canon GX7 whatever. But a lot of people don't realize that cameras and camera settings are so complicated. Even just getting the lighting right is hard. A camera is an extra physical item to carry around with you and worry about not losing and keeping charged. On top of buying the camera, which is not cheap, you have to buy an SD card. You then have to get those photos off the camera's SD card, export them to a PC or transfer them to your phone. And if you want to transfer them straight to your phone, you have to buy one of those SD card readers that that connects to your phone. This whole thing is so expensive. Cameras and camera accessories, it's all money. So why do that when you probably already spent a bunch of money on your phone? Phone cameras are so good these days, and they will win on convenience every time, because you're probably already bringing your phone with you everywhere anyway. Your phone is always going to be charged. Your phone is always turned on. You don't keep a camera turned on. Every time you want to take a picture of something, you have to turn the camera back on and then turn it back off again.
Costco membership, direct flights, Amex Cobalt, laser hair removal, Breville espresso machine, Birkenstock sandals, sunrise alarm, Korean skincare.
You know what this reminds me of? This trend is basically the what I would put on my Christmas list trend, just reskinned. Back last Christmas, people started making these videos where they listed things that they would put on their Christmas list, but it was things that they already owned, basically recommending products based off of personal experience. This is the exact same concept, just worded differently. It's literally just a recycled consumerism content idea. The only difference is that it's not Christmas right now.
These are 7 things that are 100% worth your money. A Bible. Please, please, please buy a Bible. A Canon G7X, an iPad and an Apple Pencil Pro, a DJI Osmo Pocket 3.
We're only 4 things into this list, and 2 of those items are already cameras. A Canon G7X camera costs about $900. Unless you are genuinely, honestly interested in photography and it's a hobby that you want to learn and stick to, this is not worth it for some Instagram pictures. And an Osmo Pocket 3, again, it's a vlogging camera that costs about $500. Your phone camera basically does the same thing. These are not things that you should just buy on a whim because somebody on TikTok told you it was worth the money. Perhaps it was worth their money to them, but you are not them. Is it going to be worth your money to you?
Here are 7 things that, in my opinion, are worth the money. An iPad, especially for all the content girlies out there, that is a need.
Can I say something? Do you promise not to get mad at me? I think iPads are 50-50 hit or miss. I guess they never miss, yeah. I know people who love their iPad. They use it all the time. It's really useful. But I also know people who bought an iPad and ended up not using it nearly as much as they thought they would. Yes, I was one of those people. In my opinion, an iPhone does everything that an iPad can do. And if you're gonna splash out on an iPad, you might as well buy a laptop. iPads look chic, they look aesthetic, but the reality of iPads is that they are heavy to hold, they're awkward to type on. Yes, they are portable and the screen is good for watching stuff on, but if that's what you want it for, you might as well spend the same amount of money on a laptop that can do more things. That's just my take as somebody who fell for the iPad propaganda. I don't think these are always as useful or convenient as people make them out to be.
I'm sick and tired of seeing these 5 expensive things that are worth your money TikToks. So I'm going to de-influence you as an influencer on 5 expensive things that I don't think are worth the money. Dyson Airwrap, LED masks, Lululemon's running range, AirPod Maxes, and a Stanley.
I'm wondering if this trend will give creators their first taste of the de-influencer life. I think we're microdosing on de-influencing here. And I think eventually some influencers kind of have this wake-up moment where they realize that like, okay, so telling people what to buy isn't really interesting anymore because everyone's doing it and nobody really trusts that we're telling the truth anymore. So maybe I'll start being real about things. Because being real about things feels way better than not being real about things. I think that being super transparent and trustworthy will start to become the new thing, which is great if you're gonna be genuine about it. But when so many influencers are driven by sponsorships and brand deals and ads and sales commission, how trustworthy can you really be as an influencer when you are basically a glorified advertiser? And I know that's a little bit harsh, but it's the truth.
5 things that I think are absolutely worth your money. You don't need more. It is not normal to wear a new workout set every single time you go and work out. You are supposed to wear your clothes into the ground. That's what they're meant for. That top that you're about to buy is going to go out of style in about 2 months. You don't need $50 eye patches. You don't need another lip gloss. And this is not to say that I never share links or things that I love, but I think it's important that we remember that you do not need to have something in your cart 24/7. It's so easy to go on social media and see all these influencers having all of these things that are so expensive and trendy, whatever. That is not normal. Okay, that's just all you're seeing on your social media and it's ruining your perception of what is normal and real.
I love that people are clogging onto the fact that this trend is just another excuse for people to convince you to buy more stuff. It's just consumerism core, just repackaged as like a super truthful, trust me on this one, honest recommendation style video. Somebody in the comments said, "Thank you, I've been sitting through this trend unable to come up with even one thing." And I can't lie to you guys, I did the same thing. I was like, ooh, I wonder if I could come up with 5 things that I think are actually worth the money. I genuinely couldn't. Things are worth the money if you're going to use them for a long time. Things are worth the money if you're buying them because you actually want them and not because you're buying them because of a trend. I think it's so hard to genuinely take part in this trend and it be actually helpful. This person said, "I definitely wouldn't spend so much money if I didn't have social media." That is the truest thing I have heard in a long time. Someone said, "I agree, but I also appreciate that a lot of influencers are condensing/consolidating their billions of recommendations into their top 5. And that's what I was talking about at the start of the video when I said that the word actually is kind of giving off the vibe that, look, okay, I know that I've recommended you guys a billion different things, but trust me for real this time, you need these 5 things. The whole thing is just kind of exhausting. So moving on to the second part of this trend, because people then started whipping out the Uno reverse card and they are now posting 5 things that are not worth the money.
5 things I do not think are worth the money. Number 1 is sunbeds. I'm sorry, but I firmly believe you are literally paying to get skin cancer. Next up is adenola. Bit of a niche one, but I honestly think their stuff shrinks in the wash. Number 3 is any Starbucks coffee. Don't get me wrong, love a £5 coffee, but why is Starbucks edging on to £8? Number 4 is cheap jewellery, and I've actually learnt my lesson with this because I used to be one for going into Primark and buying cheap Primark earrings. Any perfume dupes, they just never last as long.
5 things that I don't think are worth your money with little to no explanation. The Canon G7X, an Aura ring, a gel manicure, triangle bikinis, and a lip flip.
And there we have it. All of these influencers sitting here saying, buy a Canon G7X, buy a camera. But then here comes somebody that says, actually guys, I don't think it's worth it. It forces you to take a step back and think, okay, so who do I believe if there are people on both sides? And it forces you to come to your own conclusion rather than just blindly listening to an influencer. Someone said, Canon worth every penny, you need to know the right settings. Even my profile pic made on Canon. And this is what I'm saying, like a lot of people won't be able to tell that your pictures were taken on a $900 Canon camera because a lot of the time they look just as good as iPhone photos. That's just my opinion. Absolute camera. That didn't even make sense.
I did 5 things worth your money, so now I'm gonna do 5 things that aren't. Number 1, designer t-shirts. I don't think they fit great, I don't think they look great. 2, protein bars. 3 will probably have to be financing a car you can't afford. Don't get me wrong, love cars, but if you can't afford it, it's gonna make your life pretty miserable. 4 would have to be buying something on sale just because it's on sale. It just doesn't seem like a very good use of your money, to be honest. And then 5 would have to be Snapchat Premium. I don't really know what it is, but it seems pretty weird.
Okay, buying things just because they're on sale. I am bad for this. I have to admit, that one gets me quite often. I love a bargain, but you have to remember that a bargain still costs money. Snapchat Premium. I am entering my late 20s, so Snapchat is no longer on my social media rotation, but every single social media and app has a subscription now. Instagram Premium, Snapchat Plus, even Tumblr, the Holy Land, has Tumblr Premium. It's ridiculous. Don't fall into that trap because once you start paying it, you won't want to stop paying it. So now you know all about the latest trends circulating social media. Love the de-influencing stuff, but a lot of these trends are just product recommendation videos in different fonts. So if you're easily influenced, try not to doom scroll and consume too much of this stuff. Don't let the opinions and experiences of strangers online dictate where you spend your money so easily. Read product reviews, listen to people's reasoning behind why they are recommending products. Really think about how those products are going to fit into your life because your life is not the same as anybody else's. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to check out the previous 2 episodes of Trend Report with Rach. I'm on Instagram and TikTok. It's RachXLouise with 2 L's. And I'll see you next week. You know what time it is. Let's get a thumbnail. I've mastered the confused YouTube thumbnail facial expression at this point.